This is Global Missing Persons Alert, Interpol Yellow Notice Number 21-22733, and this is a retaliatory PSYOP against the United States of America. You targeting, kidnapping, human trafficking, murdering terrorists that you are. Have fun and fucking enjoy it while I fucking destroy you people.
This is the permanent mission of the Kingdom of Bahrain to the United Nations. If you know your party's extension, please dial it now. For front desk, please dial 0. For a Bahraini emergency, dial 9. Please stay on the line while your call is transferred to the operator. Not available to take your call. Please leave a message after the tone. Press the pound key to end recording.
Yes, this is Global Missing Persons Alert, Interpol Yellow Notice Number 21-22733 with a very important call for Abdul Ali, UN Mission of Foreign Affairs to the Kingdom of Bahrain. And the purpose of this call is to expose and exploit America's targeted kidnapping, human trafficking, murdering, treasonous international and domestic terrorists for purposes of their human crucifying, child butt fucking, human flesh eating, and human blood drinking cannibalism that pays for the CIA manufactured, cheap, shiny, shitty, commercialized corporate American dream that I have had so much fun fucking destroying while I destroy their lives and I destroy their children's lives. And I'm about to take this motherfucking operation to the next heightened level and drive this train wreck off the motherfucking tracks with Donald Trump and every fucking American and their child and their grandchild on it. So, here's where we're at. First of all, we got this weasel, okay, a real reptile weasel. His name is Sgt Ronald Heckler, active duty Air Force enlister. Okay, he is contracted with CIA Macomb County Corporate Counsel and with Department of Defense and the United States Army, private corporate military contracted KMG Prestige. And he is the son of recruited targeting sex trafficker Salvator what is that, guys? Limpari. Okay, who told me he is, same time he begged me for sex when he was trying to traffic me. Okay, the lizard that he is. He told me that he is directly related to Peter Lucido, that big, ugly, pumpkin orange looking cocksucker, Macomb County Prosecutor in Macomb County, Michigan, USA. He's a predator, he's a human trafficker, he's a Satanist, and he's a cannibal. He's a Judeo-Christian, human flesh-eating, human blood-drinking cannibal. Okay? That's what these Judeo-Christians of the West are. Imran Hussein knows what he's talking about. These Santa Claus Christians who love to feast on human flesh and drink human blood. Well, you know, President Putin said the vampire ball is over, and he's goddamn right. The vampire ball is over. Well, so and then we got Joseph Cooper, also known as Jay Cooper, CIA Macomb County Corporate Counsel, Department of Defense, Deep Dark Black Ops of the Military, and Department of Homeland Security, who bought the little targeting terrorist I gave birth to in 1996 as part of in a CIA adoption arrangement for grooming. They bought a whole fucking slew of fucking kids because they can't have kids of their own. Okay, the lizards that they are. They bought all these kids for grooming them into terrorists. And I'm taking the life that I gave Joey Cooper, born on February 12th, 1996, who is a CIA contracted Department of Defense targeting terrorist stationed in North Dakota.
Correction, that's February 6th,
since day one,
96.
Jay Cooper and his skank wife Renee, who looks like a rat-faced Renee, have been extremely paranoid that I was going to come like a thief in the night and snatch the kid and run out the door with them. And so they've gone to extreme measures in their fear and paranoia and all their insecurity and low self-esteem to target me and try to murder me, while they have recruited anybody and everybody who's been any part of my life over the last 25 years and have recruited them, including family and friends, as terrorists against me. So we got him, and we got this other Sgt Ronald Heckler, who are like operating like paranoid, scared shitless, flies on shit, okay, as they are in a fucking deep state of panic of the trauma-based mind control that I am running them through, while they are trying to delete everything they can from my personal photos and my devices. And while I was trafficked by Dearborn, Michigan, USA, Abdul Hamoud's cousin, the faggot gay Muslim, Fayez Hamoud, also goes by Steve, while I was trafficked for that couple weeks and was not looking online, they went through the Facebook and they discriminately deleted a bunch of photos of themselves. Well, nothing is deleted. Everything's been recuperated about 6 times in like the last week that we've really been running doing this cyber terrorism war at the expense of the American people and every American child and grandchild. So, in all their fear and desperation, they keep selectively deleting all the pictures of little bitch fucking Joey Cooper, little 4-eyed, 4-foot, 2 blind in both eyes, 2 hearing aids, as the vaccine damaged retard that he is, stationed in North Dakota. Okay, it is his pictures that Jay Cooper is so fucking extremely paranoid that he keeps going after. They're not deleted. Okay, and they can't get past Bill Gates to, as of yet, to remove anything from the YouTube page. So what I don't have saved in numerous places, which is just about everything. I haven't found anything that's not saved in numerous places yet, and or that I can't look up. They I can get them right from the videos, which is where a lot of it came from. So I'm going to be taking this PSYOP to the next heightened level. And what the international community needs to know is, God, I pray that Barack Obama's HIV/AIDS rapidly and quickly eats him from the inside out, cell by cell. Okay? That's why tell the Ayatollah and the Iranians and tell President Putin, don't be fooled by Donald Trump's bullshit. Donald Trump has no power. He's powerless, okay? The Epstein shit, that's old news. Just like Donald Trump said, that's old news. That's old generation. That's America's old money generation, okay? That is, Jeffrey Epstein and P. Diddy, Sean Puffy Combs are only two of unimportant people among a whole fucking mess of people just like them whose job is to videotape their human crucifying, child butt fucking through the underground tunnels to the White House, and their human flesh eating and human blood drinking cannibal operations. Okay, those are only two of them. Okay, that is the problem. Okay, Barack Obama has videos of everybody, okay? And Donald Trump is Barack Obama's bitch. And he's under Barack Obama's mercy. And he's on TV blowing a bunch of fucking hot air, the ignorant, arrogant, empty bag of hot air that he is, and there's not a goddamn thing he can do. And how do I know that? Because I know more about it than Donald Trump does. Okay? That's who we are. We are the families that make up the Council of 300, the Israeli agenda, which I took in a whole nother fucking direction. Okay? And you can let the Ayatollah know. And okay, that means time is up. So let the Ayatollah know Donald Trump has no powers. Don't be fooled by his shit. Don't buy into it. He can't negotiate. He can't do shit.
Thank you. Your message has reached its maximum duration. To send your message, press 3 or hang up.
There. Now, continuing on. That's the situation, America. That's the situation. While we sit here and drive all of you, your children, and your grandchildren over the motherfucking edge into the abyss of the gates of fucking hell, and you're never, ever, ever coming back up. Okay? I am never, ever the victim, even when I am the victim, because I'm too motherfucking powerful and protected. Because I am always the victor, and it is at America's expense, and it is at the expense of every single American child and grandchild. So while unimportant bitch-faced Joseph Cooper Sr., CIA, Department of Defense and Homeland Security, operating with KMG Prestige, and operating with this Heckler, who they're both on a fucking paranoid rant rage, violating all kinds of laws and rights that they don't have the rights to violate my rights. I'm not a dumb American. I'm an international. I'm a sovereign international. And I'm taking the right of I'm taking your rights to live, America. I'm taking America's right to exist, and I'm taking their children's right to live away. Okay? And let me tell you what. Little old skinny ass, gay cross-dressing, androgyne lizard Barack Obama, a.k.a. Barry Sarboto, because there's no such thing as a Barack Obama. That's a completely made-up, fictitious character. He was engineered in a laboratory with a 3-parent DNA, which includes George Bush Sr.'s DNA. Okay, he's got the tapes. He's got the papes. He's got everything on everybody. And he's the one holding me and my family hostage, and that's why they've been so desperate these last 2 elections to commit every kind of crime under election fraud and theft and tampering and artificial false voting. Okay, they even registered me to vote. Okay, the United States State Department, the Secretary of State, who is still refusing to send, who is still not sending me my sticker for my photo ID with the legal address. They registered me to vote. They, against my will. I have the picture. I checked it. Do not register. They registered me to vote, and they voted for me. That's what they do. Okay, that's why Obama.
They voted
and
for
Harris were so fucking
They registered me as a Republican, voted for Trump.
Themselves re-elected, and that didn't happen. However, it all works out the same because they control Donald Trump. They got they got it all. They got it all documented and on video with Donald Trump's dick in some kid's asshole. Okay? They got Donald Trump right on video at these human crucifixions, chewing on human flesh and drinking human blood. Okay? Donald Trump is powerless. He's a bitch. He's Barack Obama's bitch, while Barack Obama hides behind the scenes, while HIV/AIDS eats the inside of his body from the inside out. And I pray that Allah will escalate it, and I pray that one of two things will happen. That either this dumb Igor will lose control of his vehicle and hit a tree head on, wrap his car around it and sever his neck, and lay flat on his back, paralyzed from his neck down in a diaper, being spoon-fed for the rest of his life. Or I pray that the AIDS will be escalated while he is rendered to laying flat on his back in his own piss, shit, and puke, while the disease eats him rapidly, very rapidly, like it is so much of so many of them, particularly all of his Hollywood operatives. See, that's what's going on. It's Barack Obama who controls Hollywood, and it's Barack Obama who's controlling America, and he's doing it with the videos of America's human crucifying, child butt fucking, human flesh eating, human blood drinking, Judeo-Christian cannibals, which is what Donald Trump is. Donald Trump has no power, okay? And these people have nothing to lose by killing and kidnapping as many people as they can and committing every crime that they can to try to stop whatever they can, and they have everything to lose if they don't. And they're doing what Satan does. They're taking everybody down with them, and I'm driving it. So while America's big, fat, estrogenized, bitch face, domestic terrorist pigs of law enforcement, they can't do nothing either because they all had to be initiated. They're off. It's a free Masonic institution, a Judeo-Christian, Luciferian, Saturnian institution that they all have to be initiated in, and they all got their dick up somebody's ass, and so they can't do nothing. They cannot arrest the criminals. They cannot arrest the human trafficking terrorists, and they can't because they are the human trafficking terrorists. That's what America is. So let the Ayatollah and President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad know, and I got something for everybody. I got so much fucking information, and I'm gonna continue to dump it. Matter of fact, I'm gonna be making a list here this evening because I'm getting ready to dump a whole lot of damaging information on every single American that's going to bury these motherfuckers so deep in the dirt they will never, ever, ever come back up again. Okay, this is the end of America. This is the end of the American people, and this is America's last generation. Generation Z is the last generation, and I'm going to expose it, and I'm going to exploit it, and I'm going to run it over and 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 over again, like the master in psychological warfare and mind control that I am. Okay, there's media on all 7 continents that are documenting this. You don't believe it? Scroll down and see the emails. Those of you who didn't have to sign NDAs like little bitch-ass pussies that you are, so you wouldn't know what you're involved in. Okay? So, that's who's putting you in danger, America. Joseph Senior Cooper, CIA, Macomb County Corporate Counsel, Department of Defense and Homeland Security, and this Sgt Heckler. This is going to be posted on Facebook with their pictures. That's who's putting all of your lives in danger, America. That is who is destroying the future and the fate of your children. Those 2 terrorists. They are the ones who are my sacrificial pawns, who I am using to fuel my fire and fan my flames to destroy America and America's children, which has been successfully done, which is why I am a hostage under a now 6 or 7 year nationwide State Department media and military gag order, and I am the only person who can and will talk about this. And everybody who I am operating with, okay, of international intelligence, Israeli Mossad, German KSA, okay, they are watching you all by real-time DARPA satellite from where they are stationed, including Landstuhl, Germany, and they give me all the intel on your personal lives in real fucking time while I exploit and expose you. And it is Joseph Cooper Sr. and all his fear and desperate paranoia, and it is the Sgt Heckler who is fueling my fire and fanning my flames. Okay, and I love it. I love it because they're dumb Americans. They're dumb Americans who are part of the world's baddest and dumbest military, who's been trained and groomed since they were kids to sit and fucking play deadly dangerous video games. And that's what America's military does. They sit like nameless, faceless cowards who I have given a name and a face to, hidden behind the secret etheric realms of DARPA, while they shoot people down in cold blood and murder people internationally and nationally in an act of treasonous terrorism, like the fucking kids that they were groomed as on the video games that they were groomed with. That's what they're doing. That's what that old bitch-ass 4-eyed, 4-foot, punk motherfucker Joey Cooper, the target, the Department of Defense targeting terrorists who I gave him his life on February 6, 1996, when Jay and Renee Cooper bought him, and I'm taking the life I gave him. And so those are the 2 people that are destroying you, America. Those are the people that are fueling this. And they're dumb Americans like the rest of you listening to this are. And they don't have any more power than the rest of you dumb Americans listening to this. Okay? They can't kill me and they can't kidnap me. Okay, and when they do, so be it. I will rise from the ashes on the other side to haunt your motherfucking children all the way until Judgment Day. Because I am immortal. I am a human soul. I am not an animal-human hybrid. I am not an A, B, or A blood type group. animal and or jinn hybrid, like you Caucasians, both which are both black and white, the black and white Caucasians of America and Europe, who slithered out of the Caucasus Mountains. That's you Neanderthals and Denisovan hybrids, okay? With your junk DNA that you were engineered with to manufacture America's workforce and terrorist operation, to do the dirty work that the demigods who you worship and serve, the true original of your jinn bloodlines, they don't, the Shayateen, also known as Satans. It's a species. Okay, they lied to you. They made you think it was Satan is one character and that's his name. No, it's not true. It's a species that far outnumbers the human species because they're engineering 30,000 bodies at a time that they're pumping out of ecto labs, and that's what's going on in Ukraine. Along with now it was 43, it's now over 57 biowar. The United States Department of Defense bioterrorism and biowarfare labs that Russia has uncovered in Ukraine at the expense of all American people, their dirty, filthy, trifling mutant children and their grandchildren. And these biowarfare labs, these United States biowarfare labs that blanket the underground of Ukraine, okay, they found they were stocked to the gill with SIV, HIV, and the herpes, and numerous forms of enterovirus D68 with a hidden bacterial agent that kills, hidden in the virus, which is now known as COVID-19. So over 95% of this disgusting, filthy, trifling, infectious, and contagious American population who is spreading their monkey diseases worldwide, that's what they have. They have SIV, and they have RNA, DNA, herpetic retrovirus, and or HIV-2. And this is the result of 80 years of America's vaccination programs and blood donor programs. The RNA to DNA technology is not new, just like the DARPA satellite and the mind-reading technology that we are using on all of you is not new, okay? And so you are the sacrifice, America. You are the sacrifice, because you will not. You will not. Let me tell you something, you bitch motherfuckers. You lower fucking life forms that slither on this earth. Okay, you dirty, filthy, trifling, disgusting, mutant, diseased, fucking animal hybrids of America, you Caucasians, both black and white. Okay, let me tell you something. You will not commit these crimes against me and get away with it. You will not commit these crimes and there not be a consequence. I will every single time take justice in my own hands, because there is otherwise no justice in America. So I will take justice in my own hands, and I will take justice any way I can get it. And just like Satan, I make you people do my dirty work. I expose the hybrid animal beast species that you recruit as the sacrificial pawns, and then I force Americans no other choice but to have to kill and kidnap each other off to conceal and protect the programs and the terrorist operations and their own selves and their own families. Well, let me tell you something. You Americans and your big, fat, fucking, stupid, disgusting military and federal government will never, ever, ever get away with your crimes against me. Every crime that is committed against me, I welcome it, I embrace it, I grab it, and I run with it, and I spin it. I spin it like the CIA spins the mainstream media to run mass panic and hysteria on the American people. But you better bet your sweet ass, America, this time the panic and hysteria is real. It's fucking real. And you and your children are the sacrifice. America, your crimes will not be tolerated. They will be met with justice. And let me tell you something, there ain't a goddamn one of you dumb motherfucking Americans, including bitch-faced Donald Trump himself, who have the necessary power and protection to evade my justice. You better believe that. I'm taking your lives in this world, and I'm taking your souls in the fucking next. Okay, there will be no salvation for you on Judgment Day. You better bet your sweet ass for that. And this goes for Americans, Muslims too. Particularly and more for America's Muslims than anybody else. It will be me blocking your salvation, blocking your entry to paradise on the day of judgment for your unforgiven sins against me and my family. So I'm going to continue running you through this motherfucking PSYOP, America. I've been running you through 8 years of rabbit holes, and you're not coming back out of the other side of the rabbit holes. That's a fact. That's a promise. You are every single still living American, okay, because you started out with a population of 338 million before the Department of Defense, the United States Army, and the ATF had started their secret covert night raids about 6 years ago, where they're literally going door to door and they're literally kidnapping and murdering whole families at a time. You're down somewhere in the 200 millions. By the time this is finished, there ain't gonna be none of you left. I promise you. I promise you, America. I promise you. Fuck America's swine-eating law enforcement agents who are the satanic cover front. Okay, the Masonic, the Judeo-Christian, Luciferian, Saturnian cover front for America's targeted kidnapping, human, child, organ, sex, labor, and Judeo-Christian satanic occult ritual sacrifice and child sex sacrifice, and human flesh eating and human blood drinking cannibalistic lifestyle. Okay? Oh, you fucked up, America, the day you trafficked me here too. The day the State Department violated a highly classified, triple top secret, international secret spy agreement between Germany, Israel, the USA, and CIA is the day that America cut its own throat. That's what I was trafficked here to America for by your United States State Department, for corporate espionage against Americans, for a takeover of yourselves for the Israeli agenda. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing, and every single American child, and every American grandchild is the sacrifice for your sins and your crimes against me and against humanity. The United States of America, and in this case, Sgt Heckler and Jay Cooper Sr. are an extreme threat to international national security, public safety, and human life. Most specifically, my life and my family's life, which is a threat to your own lives, America. Then the threat is real. The threat is real. I have given all of America's most hated and most feared enemies all the highly classified, triple top secret intel needed to fucking destroy you. And I've spent the last almost 8 years doing it. And your nuclear defense system has been hijacked and taken over by international intelligence, okay, operating with me from Germany, the people who were put in charge of America's nuclear defense system and were put in charge of weaponizing America's weaponized modified weather. Okay, because this was already all against you. That's why I was trafficked here. That's why me, my father, my daughter, my whole family, that's why we're trafficked and outsourced secret spies here in the United States of America for the Council of 300's Israeli agenda, which I took and ran into a whole nother direction, and I took a whole lot of very powerful people with me. And those are the people I am operating with. And that is what's really happening around the world, America, is you are being driven out of countries, okay? You're being attacked, okay? You have Ansar Allah over in Yemen, okay? Much love and much respect. God give them powers to keep blowing up the United States and Israeli ships in the sea. God give Ansar Allah the power to keep blowing you people, your ships up one after another, like motherfucking target practice, because that's what's going on, America. Okay, I brought Iran here in 2020 along with 39 other nations, and I gave my people the Shia of Ali. I gave them everything they needed to fuck you in the ass, America, and destroy your lives and make sure your children and your grandchildren never ever grow up to be the targeted kidnapping, human sex, organ labor, and Judeo-Christian satanic occult ritual, sacrifice, trafficking, murdering, international and domestic treasonous terrorists that their parents are. Okay? Pull up your skirts and bend over, America, because you don't got another motherfucking choice. I will die destroying you. I will die destroying you. And that's already fixed. It's already a done deal. Okay? And like I said, scroll back 6 years on Facebook. Just like I was promising you 6 years ago about the international and global domino effect that I had spent at that point 10 years setting up. That's what you see happening now. And see, they got all these countries with all these contracts with America. Okay, they're all going down. Okay, see, God protected Iran. God protected Iran from you dirty, filthy, trifling fucking heathens. And Iran is probably the only nation that doesn't have anything to worry, and North Korea, that doesn't have anything to worry about in this as far as their contracted crimes with Satan. Okay? He gave them the power to destroy you. And let me tell you what, America, you are powerless. You are powerless. And so while Barack Obama, who's sacrificing you all, continues to hold me and my family here hostage, while I allow Jay Cooper and Sgt Heckler and Ray Steele to run on their fear-based mind control program while they fuel my fire and fan my flames, that's what we're going to sit here and do. And it's going to get worse for you, America. It's going to get worse. It's going to get much, much worse. You are the sacrifice of this operation. When you go back 6 years and you look and you read about that devastating domino effect that I had set up for the whole fucking globe back then, when you all fucking tried to laugh at me and gaslight me. Okay, well, also take note how I told you all 6 years ago that international and global sanctions and boycotts are coming down on you, and that you and your fucking children are going to fucking starve to death. That's real. You all laughed at me. Remember, you ignorant, arrogant, dumb Americans. Remember, it's too dumb to even know that you're dumb and too ignorant and arrogant to learn anything. You're the sacrifice. This is Global Missing Persons Alert, Interpol Yellow Notice Number 21-22733. Death to America. God curse America, and God curse the American people. God curse every American child and every American grandchild. And by Allah, I pray, I ask, and I pray to raise every single American and Israeli with their children and their grandchildren on the day of resurrection as the apes and the pigs that you are, as the genetically engineered humanoid apes and pigs that you are. That's why you love swine, America, because you are the swine. That's real, that's scientific. That's what you A and AB negative animal hybrids were engineered with. What do you think makes Darwin's theory true? Okay? Because you, Caucasians, both black and white, Caucasians not a race, is a species, okay? You A and A, B, and B negative hybrids, okay? B is monkey, A is canine, okay? And the swine, the pig, is 96% compatible with your DNA, okay? Because that's what you were. You were apes and pigs, and that's why God said, don't eat apes and pigs, which you people love to eat. You can't get enough.
Because you're cannibals.
And on the day of resurrection, you will be raised in your true forms as the apes and pigs that you are. This humanoid, genetically engineered body that God did not create, that was engineered by great Satan in his laboratories, okay? You're not being raised with that. You're going to be raised in your true forms, the forms that make Darwin's theory true. Death to America.
And just to make sure you stupid people of America know, this wearable device that RFK is going to force you to wear, not me. Okay. That is because the technology, the radiation-based technology, is DNA recombinating. And when you dumb bucking Neanderthal and Denisovan animal gene hybrids with your junk DNA, all of you, it doesn't matter, even if you're an O negative, okay, with hybrid recessive genes, which I don't have, so, okay, you go get these vaccines, you go get the monkey DNA and the rodent DNA, and you get this shit injected into you. Okay, let me tell you what. That is why DARPA is legalized under medical science and pharmaceutical research, which is who we are. Most specifically, Pfizer, Merck, and GlaxoSmithKline. We are the pharmaceutical industry, and much of what these agents with me have learned, they have learned from me. Now, they sit there hidden behind the DARPA, the secret, invisible, etheric DARPA realms, okay? And while you all use what is a NASA classified non-lethal weapon called a smartphone, and you sit there and you live in a web of internet, okay, let me tell you something. and and they force you to put all this extra low vibrating LED, weaponized artificial synthetic lighting in your homes, and you're constantly and continuously being radiated while America nukes theirself. It's DNA recombinating, and what happens is you go get the vaccines, you get the blood donation, the organ donation, or you fucking suck everything that walks and talks that did. And then DARPA, including those I am operating with, or I should say those who are operating with me, because I'm the shot caller here. This is my operation. Okay, I took them with me. Let's get that straight. Okay, I am at nobody's mercy. I work for nobody. Everybody works for me since the day I was fucking born. So they sit here and they monitor. It's called real-time satellite monitoring. They monitor you through the walls of your own home and further radiate you while they target your liver, your spleen, and your thyroid, where the dormant pathogens are sleeping, and they activate them. And it's DNA recombinating as they recombinate your DNA and modify you into something else. You disgusting, filthy, fucking hybrid beast species. You're the world's lowest of all lower life forms. Okay, you are the garbage of this earth. You are the trifling, filthy, diseased garbage of this earth. You do not have human intellects, you do not have human creativity, and you do not have human imagination. You are lower life form filth. And your existence is a threat to international and national security, public safety, and human life. Most specifically, my life and my family's life, and that's going to cost every single American and their disgusting fucking mutant children and grandchildren their own life. And that is a fucking promise. That is a done fucking deal. We have used international law, and we have established the fact that the United States of America, USA Inc., which is a registered corporation, registered by the Bank of England and owned by the Bank of England, which is owned by the Vatican, is a terrorist corporation who wages war on their own civilian population. I have used you all. I have used your victimization, your traumatization, your brainwashing, and your cult indoctrination, and I have taken the power given to me in the war crimes that you allowed to be committed against yourselves, and we have used that to establish under international law that USA Inc. is a terrorist corporation that wages war on its own civilian population, and it does cross borders. Okay, and that's why I'm a hostage. Your days are numbered and your days are limited, America. This is the end of you, and I did it. Pat myself on the back. I'm going down in history. You are my legacy, America. My legacy is at your expense, and it is at the expense of your children and your grandchildren who are my sacrifice for my agenda. And I will go down in history, okay, that will live on throughout the end of time at your fucking expense and on your sacrifice. Fuck you, America. Pull up your skirts and bend over, because you don't have another motherfucking choice, you kidnapping, human trafficking, murdering terrorist.